Bine ați venit! Pentru că nu vreau să fie o reuniune din aceea foarte formală, ci sunteți aici în calitatea voastră de prieteni ai mărcii Dacia, nu voi insista decât pe următoarea informație. Și anume că știți că lansarea unui nou model pentru orice marcă este un moment extrem de important. Ceea ce facem astăzi aici nu este neapărat să vă arătăm un nou model, ci să vă arătăm de fapt care este viitorul mărcii Dacia. Și sunt convinsă că știți deja despre ce este vorba, dar pentru mai multe detalii o să-l invit pe colegul nostru, Ioan Ori, care este Chief Designer Studio Design din București și care vă dă toate detaliile de care aveți nevoie.
Hi everyone. So just like Elena just said, my name is Ioan Ori. I'm head of this design center here in Bucharest, and I'm very pleased today to show you a very important car for Dacia. The car behind me represents the future of our brand. It expresses a lot of new clues of what will be Dacia in the future. Here you go. So I'm very pleased to show you the car. I will reveal it right now. Here is Bigster concept car. This car is a very important model for us because it shows all the very important recipes that we will put into the real car in the short future. This is a very important object that shows the very essential message that we want to spread for Dacia design. If I start with the overall proportion, you can see that Bigster is showing a C-segment new SUV that is not existing at the moment in the range. As you know, Dacia has been growing in terms of ambitious, in terms of range as well, and this will be the biggest car in the future of Dacia range. In terms of design, what we try to do is to simplify the message and the object as much as we could in order to emphasize the solidity and the robustness of the car. There are only a few lines, but all those lines were very precisely positioned and shows a very well balance between the structure, between the architecture of the car and the overall harmony of it. You can see that everything seems to be very logical, very explainable. And the target for us was to display a car which actually shows a very clear message of robustness, of adventure. And all the detailing that we have implemented to the car is here to actually serve a certain message of simplicity, of robustness once again, and behind that there is some kind of modernity behind the essential spirit of it. You will not find any piece of chrome, any piece of painted and faking element on the car. That's a very strong message of us, and that will also be, once again, be part of our design in the future. So instead of that, you will see raw material, recycled material, and everything that you see will actually be the reality of it. So there is no pretension behind that. Everything is here to be solid, to be real, and this message of authenticity that we want to spread with the car was really part of the design from the beginning. You see the shoulder, what we call the shoulder of the car, are very strong, very reliable, and overall this type of element will be seen in the future for the future car. I was talking earlier about the recycled element of the car, such as the cladding, those plastic parts all around. This is a clear message of us to actually put this new product into the modernity of our society. Even though it is taking the shape of an SUV, we want to actually simplify the message and also the core of the vehicle with the most important element that the customer is asking for. This very specific khaki look, which is iconic to the car, will also become a part of the new brand identity that you've seen already through some images. And if I just focus on the front end of the car, which is very important for us, you'll see that this very wide grille is here to actually display the very important new emblem that we want to develop for the car. This new Dacia identity is also here to show a new message of robustness, simplicity, coolness. It does not, Dacia will not anymore be only a low-cost car. we are pushing the message of value for money. And what we want to show behind the car behind me is that this does not translate to something which is boring. It can also be super cool, super modern, and super strong. So in the future, the goal for us designer, was to actually develop a car which looks super attractive in addition to the modernity and the solidity that we want to display. You see that this front end, which is very wide, very simple, based on this big black rectangle and displaying this new signature with the use of the Y, is something which communicates quite a lot of a strong message as an identity. Once again, Dacia is becoming something we can be all very proud of, that is being very distinctive, and in comparison to its competitor, you can see that the Bigster will actually pop up as a very iconic element. This car was a very fun thing to sketch, to be honest, and all the team were very, very excited about the work that has been done around the car. This is exactly in line with all the wishes of the designer that we are working on, working about simplicity, a lot of essentiality behind the work, and overall the object behind me is very homogeneous. There is nothing which is too much or too little. It's just everything at the right place. The overall silhouette you see is very logical, a very strong bonnet, a very identified cabin, and also the overall proportion of the car makes it solid but dynamic at the same time. Of course, you can see that the car stands on very big wheels and some strong element like that, but the very important message for you to know today is that the car is strongly related to the production version that will appear right after. So we are not showing something which will come out of the blue and which will only remain a dream. This is showing very strongly what the future of Dacia will provide as a vehicle for the customer. And this is something which is very motivated for all of us, because for once, what we are showing here is something very true, very close to the reality. So I'm not saying that you will find everything on the production, but it will be very, very close, and that's something which is making us super happy about the car. What can I say? You see, the car speaks for itself. Everything is very logical. That was also part of the job that we wanted to display, something where the design speaks for itself. I'm talking about the lines, I'm talking about the detailing, but once you see the car, you directly understand what it is. And this message of being very straightforward is very important for us, because it belongs to the Dacia design identity.